Your YouTubes are not screwed up. This part has no audio for some reason, and
Oh no, you can't get mad about that. It's International Women's Day, and I'm the closest thing to this podcast has to a woman. Just let's. I'm a theater. That's woman adjacent, so y'all can't get mad.
yeah. So you're gonna have to just use your imagination for sound effects and music and whatnot, because this playthrough is long gone from my files, and I'm not re-recording it just for one part, so I'm gonna have to make do. But yeah.
I'm sure he'll probably edit the music in post or not. Who knows?
Maybe.
I could
Yeah.
use various Wario noises.
I think it would probably be easier to just put in the music rather than every sound effect.
Yeah, the sound effects would be a nightmare. You have to like sync it up with like all the things as well.
Hey, voice acting. Hold on. Down the pipe. I'm out of the pipe. Back down. Yeah.
Wow, we're actually doing this. Okay.
Give me money.
Do you want me to just hum Sticker Brush Symphony? Because this is what it's reminding me of right now.
Guess enough.
Well, I mean,
huh?
Hey,
I was about to say, what else is there to really talk about for this game? To be honest,
I don't.
No.
I think we've pretty much said all we can.
I mean, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked about this in the last part. Wario is such a fucked up concept from Mario's perspective. Because imagine having a guy, steal your drip, steal your home, kick you out of said home, then move on with his life, get a successful career as both a video game developer and treasure hunter, but still wear your drip out of fight. That is next level. That is a next level hater.
Yeah.
And it's not even like Bowser or Gruntilda or some shit where you could argue they're petty and they're arch enemies. He's saying, I'm still gonna wear your drip to piss you off, but I'm not even really thinking about you anymore.
Yeah.
well, I mean that would make sense considering like there were some official Nintendo Power comics that did depict Mario and Wario as kids, where like they would play games as kids, but it was always one-sided. For cowboys and Indians, Wario would always be the Indians, and that sort of thing. Wario always felt like the relationship was one-sided, so that's part of why he stole Mario's castle in Mario Lands too, just to basically get back at him.
That's gotta be
just the fact that
to add on to that headcanon. That makes it way funnier if he's not related to Waluigi, and Waluigi's just some guy who decided to dress up in purple and be the evil Luigi.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is the actual canon, because as far as we know, Wario and Waluigi are not related.
Right.
Yeah. From Waluigi's perspective, you're not even jealous of the main guy. You're not even rivals with the main guy. You're jealous of Luigi.
Yeah.
You're jealous. It's the equivalent of, like, not having beef with... I said this off pod. It's the equivalent of not having beef with NBA Youngboy. You have beef with Starbomb. Great. The equivalent of... Mad at... It's the equivalent of, declaring Seth MacFarlane your rival in animation, but only for his work on Border Town.
I forgot that show existed.
Most people did. Congratulations, you have, you share something in common with, half the population of Earth.
I was gonna say this earlier, but like I know this is not like a original train of thought or anything like that, but like why does Mario just randomly have a castle in Mario Land 2 and it just never appears ever again?
You've gotta assume that Mario...
That's a good question.
That he I mean, the dude probably realized, oh yeah, I've collected like I've collected, like Fortune 500, Fortune 5,000 levels worth of wealth, with all these coins. So why
Yeah.
not spend them on something cool?
Yeah, especially after New Mario 2. Like,
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry that I'm stammering through every sentence.
it's fine. I like to imagine like Mario does it, because he got like a bunch of coins from his adventures and just realized, this castle thing isn't really for me.
Yeah, just no, immediately like, oh, the one time I actually used my money for like just something I wanted. I wound up paying for it. The one time I decided to actually spend my money and it bit me in the ass.
Yeah, because most Mario games, like, coins are just there to keep you alive
Yeah.
or something, or give you a one-up. They don't actually do anything in terms of currency.
Yeah,
Unless you're, like, the RPGs, I guess?
yeah.
Then again, that can be said for Sonic as well. Like, most games, rings are just a thing to keep you alive, and that's it.
Yeah.
I've finally found out my stance on gun control, which is that it's a good idea to have guns to protect yourself, but in order to buy, it should work like Toad houses. You have to flip a bunch of panels over and get three matching pictures of an AK, and if you don't, you get kicked out. You don't get the gun.
That is the... that's the best thing ever.
Yeah. I'm sorry, little Caden from Ozark. You can't go hunting with Grandpa Larry now. You got 3 symbols.
So I guess in other news, Xavier's been playing the Wario Land 3 on the NSO lately.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's your first time playing that, right?
Yeah, it is. I haven't beaten it yet.
How's that
You've
been?
Hey?
Well, it's very open world.
Okay.
In a sense, I mean, like there are linear paths. Where, like basically, it's set up where like each stage has 4 treasures to collect, but you can only really collect one at a time, and sometimes some of the treasures that you find open up not only open up new levels, they also open up alternate paths to previous levels. There are even some that are power-ups that you can use, which open up even more paths, which you open up even more alternate paths to levels.
Okay.
Which version are
So
you
yeah,
playing?
like, yeah,
Japanese version?
wait, what was the question?
Were you playing the US or the Japanese version?
The US version. I can't read Japanese.
Yeah. Oh, because I was gonna ask about Wario Land 2 to see if it was the one with alcohol, but then I realized that's 2, not 3, and this was a stupid question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wario Land 3, Wario, like the way Wario gets dizzy is that like a bird flies really, really fast and makes him spin around that he gets dizzy.
At least that makes more than just like silly balls.
Yeah.
The NSO like game choices like can be kind of weird sometimes. Like it's really weird that they started with Mario Land 2 and not 1, and Wario Land 3. Like I don't
What is NSA again? The
NSO
NSO.
Switch
NSO or Nintendo Shop
Nintendo
Online.
Switch.
Nintendo
Yeah, Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, it's really weird that they should have like the sequels there, but not the original games. Don't know what's up with that.
Yeah. Especially since Super Mario Land 1 was like a launch game for the Game Boy.
Yeah, I imagine it will show up eventually.
Yeah,
one-
probably.
Yeah.
It was incredibly hyped at the time, but sort of just fell into obscurity. Definitely more
Yeah.
so than the Mario game.
This is a really
like,
nice looking background, by
because-
the way.
That is,
Oh yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
But yeah, like people bought the Game Boy for Tetris. To be honest.
Because Tetris 9 is just perfect for the Game Boy.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, even like the Tetris creator himself suggested that the game should be the pack-in for the Game Boy because it would appeal to a much wider audience if you included Tetris rather than Super Mario Land.
Yeah. I will say this though, as someone who recently played the Mario Land games like a couple years ago for the first time, I appreciate those two games for just being really weird pieces of Mario history. Where in a world where 2D Mario is like super formulaic, it's nice to get some of the weird stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's also, I remember reading interviews that the reason Wario was created and the castle plot was a thing was that they were thinking to themselves, like, what if Mario just had to fight for something that was his? He wasn't saving anyone else, he wasn't, Bowser's not doing anything, he just wants his shit back.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting plot.
Yeah, Bowser's just on vacation somewhere, just drinking like a
That would be
smoothie
great
or
if
something.
Yeah.
Bowser's on vacation. I can finally just focus on plumbing and not have to worry about saving anyone. I can spend some money on this dope-ass castle, and then immediately Wario shows up and fucks everything up for him.
So, random headcanon, Mario Land 2 happens after Mario Sunshine now, because,
Oh my god!
it just...
They said Wario had just found someone chilling in his house.
Yeah, but Bowser's just, he just needs a break, so he's just chilling in
Yeah,
Delfino.
Decided to stay on Isle Delfino. I mean, he's got some catching up to do with his son.
Yeah.
He's got he's got some DNA tests to run to find out who the mother is, He's got some shit to deal with. So Mario finds a bit of peace. And then asshole comes in dressed exactly like him, trying to steal his life.
Yeah.
Immediately. And keep in mind, he needed that vacation because about a week before he went on that vacation, he was trapped in a painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
I mean, I guess the question is, does Luigi's Mansion take place before or after? Because I know, Luigi's Mansion definitely came out first, but it's I don't know.
Canoning after because it's just really funny to imagine that they A, left Luigi behind, and B, Mario just cannot catch a break. He just always has to go and do hero stuff.
Yeah. It's really weird though, because the King Boo fight in Sunshine, you'd think there'd be more of a reaction to the two meeting again.
Yeah.
I think the Japanese version words it in a way that it's just a random big Boo, and it's not meant to be the King Boo, but it's really weird translation.
Because he doesn't look like King Boo.
Yeah, it looks like some weird... I think the Japanese version implies that it's just meant to be a big Boo from 64, but just over a big... Yeah.
Not the same King Boo from Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be the same King Boo. It's meant to be something else, which is still really weird that they have the crown and stuff. But I mean, I guess.
I really like how every time I get into one of these playthroughs, you guys just hook me up to an Asperger's amplifier, and I reveal about Mario lore.
Yeah.
I mean. I don't know what else there is to say about the game itself, so I'm trying to think of anything that spurs a conversation.
Have you been on it,
I didn't like
lately?
Yeah.
But the real head scratcher is where does Hotel Mario and Mario Wario fit into the canon?
The real questions.
Look, we're establishing that Mario desperately needs a break. He decided to go to medical school for 3 years. He finally got a moment of peace the second he left medical school and spent a week as a doctor. Everything got fucked up. In.
the the man's lived for a big bang. Like,
yeah. The poor bastard, spent 1 week as a doctor, and then he suddenly looked and said, "Hey, Nurse Peach, you got some of those? Do you have those papers ready for me?" He looked and sees that Nurse Peach is nowhere to be found, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just call her." Oh, goddammit, fucking Bowser!
oh god.
Yeah. That's my head. He called Nurse Peach, and then it just... You've reached the castle of Princess Peach. If I'm not at the phone right now, I'm probably being kidnapped. Son of a...
Sounds about right.
And now he's dealing with time paradox since both him and his Dr. Self are in Smash.
That would be really funny if Smash Ultimate had an actual, like, a subspace emissary kind of story mode. And like, imagine if they put both versions of Mario in there, and like just being like really confusing.
It's not like Mario hasn't dealt with time paradoxes before. He did team up with his baby self.
Well, yeah, at least with that, there's like a story reason for that. But like,
if there's no point of separation,
and then there's a sports games.
That's
it's
true.
just like Link gets really injured in a fight against the main bad guy, and Mario's like, "Don't worry, I know a doctor." Walks behind the door, walks out. God damn it!
That just makes me think of like Emperor's New School, where it's like Yzma and Amzi or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like alter ego thing.
Yeah. I haven't seen that show in a long time.
Same.
Which would mean he had to match the Flash's speed in order to be able to be in two places at once, just so people are convinced that they're two separate people and he's not just the same person.
Yeah. Mario just having to constantly. Oh my god, Mario just carries like a little screen door with him wherever he goes in case someone is injured anywhere.
Yeah.
Just at all times.
Yeah, he carries the Speed Force in his doctor gear.
Pocket. He has
Cures by throwing pills at you.
His suitcase. In fact, that's all he packs, and nobody knows why. He just insists on bringing it, and it's like, Mario, what about your pain medication? Fuck my pain medication. If anyone's receiving medical treatment, it'll be the people with me.
God. I will say this, like, I do really like that they made the viruses like regular enemy mooks in Superstar Saga. That was a nice callback.
Really did feel. I wish I wasn't fucking stammering so much.
I still need to play Superstar Saga. I have literally no excuse to not play it at this point.
It's pretty good. I think most people consider either Superstar or Baz's Inside Story to be the best one.
What's better is if like Link gets injured in this subspace story, they take a hospital, and meanwhile, while it shows them running to the hospital, it cuts to Mario, like, just going, trying to beat them there as he's frantically putting on his stethoscope and lab coat.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least for at the very least for Samus and Zero Suit Samus, the easy explanation is she's just not in the suit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think that you can. I guess with the links as well, you can just, you know, they're all different incarnations. It's fine.
Yeah, because like the Zelda timeline is split into like 3, I think.
Yeah. It's really funny to imagine though, because like, Subspace goes out of its way to show like Link getting the Master Sword. Just imagining Toon Link is just there and he has the Master Sword as well, and it's just like, wait, how? that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, right.
For all you know, one of those could just be like a wooden sword that's painted to look like the Master Sword.
It wouldn't surprise me if that was Young Link's sword.
I think Young Link's sword in Smash is like the Kakiri sword. I think.
Link
Yeah,
is-
because like Young Link even has like the Kokiri shield.
It would have
Young
been
Link
if
those replica Master Swords that you get at a Renaissance fair.
no if Smash wanted to be like Mega based, they would have used the Gilded Sword and the Mirror Shield from Majora's Mask. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What do you think Wario's political alignment is? Because, well, I mean, first, there's no conceivable way that he is a communist.
I don't know what to make of this.
Immediately ruled that out. This man fucking loves capitalism. This man has a body pillow of Adam Smith.
How?
You just come up with the weirdest topics for this.
I just like Tana bringing that up and Wario bouncing up and down is perfect.
Yeah. Wario got real excited that someone mentioned Adam Smith.
Can we just go back to talking about the canonicity of Wario?
What'd you say?
Can we just go back to talking about the canonicity of Wario?
Well,
You mean like that? Like, are you talking about like that one SNES Super Famicom game that uses the SNES
Yes.
mouse?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it that? No. Okay. No. That's like Yoshi game. I was thinking it was like that puzzle game where like you have Mario like spin like things around.
never heard of Mario.
No.
Wario had never actually heard of Mario. He just saw that he looked kind of like Stalin and decided to ruin his life.
Oh my god. I don't even know anymore.
Did you guys know that the character designer for Samus designed Wario?
Oh
That-
right.
yeah. They both got them fat asses and they're both hot, so that makes sense.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised there hasn't been a crossover between Metroid and Wario. But what would actually wait, no, I know exactly what Wario would be doing in the Metroid universe. They could just use the same plot point that they used for why he was suddenly in Bomberman's world. He's found an interdimensional portal, and now he's suddenly in Brinstar or whatever.
Ridley would fight Wario once and then retire. Ridley would fight Wario once and then live in constant fear of him.
So he
Leader of the
and then Ridley's the one that gets the PTSD flashback.
Yeah. Later, that's what happened. This happened. His appearance in Smash Brothers takes place after, and he notices Wario on the battlefield. His eyes, and it's just a flashback to Wario pile driving him,
Oh my god.
driving him, and then farting on him.
Oh wow.
Wario, dude, can you imagine how easy it would be to convince Wario to become a bounty hunter if he realized how much money he could make off of it?
Oh, he'd do that immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. He would be better than Boba Fett, because there's no way being Snarlack Pit would kill him.
Yeah, because Wario's basically immortal.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he had to, and Boba had to like, what was it? Use a Bacta tank or whatever to heal for
he just
God
like
knows how long.
he could save it easily as long as he had, as long as he just like had a few chalupas beforehand. He could like jet propel fart his way out of it.
For the record, I haven't actually watched Book of Boba Fett. I've just heard this kind of.
Me neither.
I mean, to be honest, I've kind of lost interest in a lot of Disney Star Wars because it's kind of not great.
The only thing I've heard is good is Andor because it's not so bogged down in trying to connect to everything and just kind of gets to be its own thing.
I've heard The Mandalorian is good, but like I don't know what it is. I just don't really care. I just don't really care to watch it.
Well, yeah. At the very least, those seem to have the idea of like you don't need to connect to anything in Star Wars. You just have to take place in that universe, and then you can just do your own thing and do your own thing.
Yeah, and one thing I will say, I do like things being connected. I do like the sense of cohesion, but something it's not to do with that for me, but like Star Wars for me nowadays just. I don't know, something about it just feels so empty now.
I mean, no, because now it is being made exclusively with a fan base and a place in pop culture in mind, rather than just being made for the sake of making art.
Yeah, because like the thing with let's say what you will about George Lucas in the prequels, or like whatever your opinions are on that. Like George was just trying to make a story. It wasn't about like the money or the fame or whatever. He just wanted to tell a story.
How can we? How many like? Let's show Luke's hairdresser who appeared in an episode of Clone Wars because the fans will really like that.
Yeah, like nowadays it's basically just let's milk this franchise for the money. Like we're not caring about how good the stories and characters are and all that stuff. It's just let's just get as much out of this as possible, and
You know, pardon the cliche. I'm not the first person to say this, but it becomes a product rather than art. It becomes something
exactly. That's what Star Wars is nowadays.
I mean, yeah, that's like a part of the thing. Like I still do have like superhero media I'm affectionate for, but I can't stand much of it is like built around just pandering and like showing people things they recognize. It does just it makes it so that I'm not watching art. I am watching, I'm watching a slideshow of things that resemble things I like.
And you know it's a problem when like people were like saying with Andor like it was boring until look, there's a Starkiller's like Sith helmet in the background and random Easter eggs like that. It's like as a society, this is like what we've come to. Like we don't care about what the show is trying to do for itself. We just care about random Easter eggs for characters.
Yeah.
It's like I like that stuff too, but it shouldn't be the reason you watch a show.
That is well animated. I love that.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
I don't really like this boss itself. I think it's probably the worst one, but yeah, the animations are great.
I like that you decided to twerk a little pre-fight just to get ready.
Well, hey, look, it's prototype Cagney Carnation.
Tap.
I
can definitely see it.
Yeah, I'll put a bit of a disclaimer. If people are watching this that enjoy Disney Star Wars, more power to you. I'm not saying you can't like that stuff.
Yes, to people who are watching Disney Star Wars, please click off of this video right now. I don't endorse that toxicity. You're ruining entertainment. Get away. I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna find all your potted plants, and I'm gonna nut in them, so you'll just have that smell once they grow up.
Oh my god.
You'll have to deal with those ferns. Yeah, those are gonna have my seed in them, baby. So yeah, if you enjoy Disney Star Wars, I'm nutting in your houseplants.
Awesome.
No, but no, I genuinely don't care.
Yeah, I don't really just, you know, I just wish, like people could be a bit more, less toxic, for lack of a better term, because it's like, it's like people that it's for both sides. People that don't like it and people that do like it are just really toxic towards each other. It's just like,
Get the impression course is the only thing they care about. It's like their main primary their go-to media for consumption. It is what they revolve their lives around. So of course they take it personally when someone doesn't like it or they don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
It's when you attach that much of your life to fandom, of course you're going to get people like that. You're going to get vehemently passionate on one end or the other.
Yeah.
Not that I would ever do something like that. Now, anyway, let's talk about 3 of the Wario Land games.
Gonna kill a potted plant.
And in a different pot, and like, joke's on you, this potted plant gets into Smash.
Oh no!
I like the little Wile E. Coyote fall.
That is pretty good.
This game, it is for its gameplay is probably the least interesting.
Yeah, I will say this. Like, I do like this game for what it is, but it's not the most fun game to play. But one thing it does do really well is that it just oozes personality.
Yeah, this is beautiful. It is beautiful, and I mean that in both, like, it has a nice cartoony aesthetic, and also like you get just from these little movements. If you just saw some of these screenshots, you know everything you need to know about Wario as a character.
Oh,
just from these,
yeah.
like that little ass scratch.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, he's rude, he's impolite, but his like buddies also values his machismo, and he's very like hot-headed and arrogant. They also, like, because Captain Syrup, for being a generic enemy, she gets, despite literally just being a shopkeep in this game, she has a lot of personality. She's very playful, some flirtatious.
Right.
You know? God, one of the animators had some fucking fun with Captain Syrup.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh yeah, up until that game, she wasn't in anything since Wario Land's 2.
My partner. Go to the next. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Yeah. So end our part, and we're free from lack of audio. Yay. Okay. See you guys in part 7.